We're down here in Southeast Georgia and we are going to make some white bread for homeschool today, and we thought we might let you all join in. So first we're going to start with 2 cups of warm water. We put this water in the microwave for about a minute and we're going to have Aurora pour that in for us. And then Harper is going to put in 4 tablespoons of yeast for us. 4 teaspoons, excuse me, not tablespoons. Go ahead. Put in 4 teaspoons. You could also half this recipe if you only want to make 2 loaves, but we double it because we go through bread really fast and my kids love it. So we have to leave that with the warm water in there for 5 minutes, so I usually start a timer. And while that timer is on, we are going to get out a little dish real quick and start putting some other ingredients together. So we need, let's see, 4 tablespoons of, it calls for unsalted butter. I don't usually carry unsalted butter, so we use salted butter and it works all the same. So you need 4 tablespoons.
Let's put the salt butter.
We're going to do 4, so we need a quarter of a cup, and then we melt it in the microwave for about 30 seconds. And then into the butter, we are going to add 4 tablespoons of white sugar and 2 tablespoons of salt. And then once we do that and the yeast has done its 5 minutes here, we will put it into that. We need 2 cups of milk here. Cohen, can you scoot over onto your chair, please? Sounds like the butter is done.
Butter is done. The butter is done.
To that, we are going to our 4 tablespoons of butter, we are going to add, like I said, 4 tablespoons of white sugar and 2 tablespoons of salt. So Aurora's going to do our 4 tablespoons of sugar, and Aislinn will do 2 tablespoons of salt for us. To that, Aislinn's going to add our 2 tablespoons of salt. I'm going to help you, Kate. Uh-oh, I don't think we have quite a tablespoon here. Is that what you put in there also? It has slid up, so hopefully mix it in for us. When our timer goes off, Aislinn's going to dump that mixture into the yeast water, and Harper can dump in our 2 cups of milk. These kids love to help in the kitchen, and it teaches them a lot to do so we try and cook a lot. Alright, we got our 2 cups of milk. We'll add that in. Aislinn's going to add in. You can get a spoon out. Okay, that's plenty stirred. I just add our sugar and our salt to our butter mixture.
And it will look like this.
And I like to keep it organized in the kitchen, so as we use things, I usually try and put them away so that we know we're done with that. That's just my OCD coming out, so you guys don't have to do that, of course, but And another thing we can do while we're waiting for our timer is we can pour a little bit of oil into the bottom of our bowl that we're going to put our dough in. And I'm going to have Harper take a paper towel and rub it around our bowl. Get the bowl covered in oil. There's our timer. So Asa, are you ready to add in this? Dump that in. Let's actually mix. Okay, go ahead and add your butter and salt
and sugar.
Very good. Okay, we can turn that on. Mix that around. Yes, please. And we have a lot. I probably put too much oil in that. Go ahead and dump in the milk, Harper.
Be careful. I got it.
And then stir that a little bit. And then we need to add 2 cups of flour to that until it looks like maybe a pancake batter.
Or a clumpy, lumpy batter.
A little bit of a lumpy batter.
Bumpy, clumpy.
So Laura, you add our flour for us, 2 cups at first.
Whoa. And then Mom
And this recipe is really easy to make. And we haven't found a recipe that we like the taste of and consistency of better. So we go with it, and find something good, you stick with it, I guess. So let's mix it up to that, and then what we do next is we add in 9 cups of flour. And that's what the recipe calls for, but I've actually found that 9.5 cups is actually more of what it actually needs, or it's probably a little too sticky. 9.5 cups of flour on top of the already 2 that was in our pancake batter consistency to start with. And then you have to have this mix for 8 minutes. So I turn it on pretty high, let it go for 8 minutes. Total of 11.5 cups of flour, and I actually ended up adding about another ½ cup, and it's still kind of sticky this time, so it's going to be harder to get out of the bowl, but I would rather it be sticky than too much flour, because like I said, it will not rise otherwise. So we are going to put that into our bowl where we can rise it. I just kind of roll it into like that, and see if it's like bubblegum sticky, that's too sticky, but if it's, so anyway, and then we're going to cover it with a wrap or a cloth, and we are going to let it rise for 1 hour. And we are back. Our timer went off for the rising of our bread. The recipe calls for it to rise for 1 hour, but we actually let ours rise for about 1 hour and 20 minutes. Because I like it to puff above the bowl. Will you grab her something to keep her happy? And then now we've got 4 greased loaf pans here ready to go. So what we're going to do is we are going to take, and it actually gets a little bit more sticky whenever you let it rise. But I'm not real picky about it. I break my loaf or my dough ball in about a half, And then I break that ball in about a half. And then I take it and I kind of rotate it where the outside goes into the center, and I just keep doing that until it's stretched pretty tight. And then I put it in my pan. So we have to let these rise again for 45 minutes now that they're in the pan. And then we're going to cook it for 30 minutes. So I actually put it on top of my warm oven though. Helps it to rise a little bit faster. So, and you got to, keep them covered from bugs or whatever else falling in them. So that's what I do. And when this is done rising, we'll meet you back here for the rest of the steps here. Okay, we are back. Our bread has been rising for 45 minutes. Our oven is preheated to 425, and we are going to turn it down to 375. I don't know why they do that, but just to make it a little hotter to start, I guess. So we're going to turn it down to 375. And here's our 4 loaves that have been rising for 45 minutes. So there's 2 of them. This is generally what they're going to look like when they're ready to cook. So we'll put those in the oven. Again, you turn the oven on to 425. When that's preheated and your dough is ready to cook, you will turn it down to 375, and you're going to cook that for 30 minutes. So we will see you back here when it's all done.
That was a very short one.
The timer just beeped. We're going to pull it out of the oven, and we are ready to eat some with our dinner. So this is what it should look like, about that darkness. And then you're going to want to let it cool on racks, because otherwise it will get soggy if you leave it in the pan. And we'll